Before we dig into the content of the CompTIA Linux Plus exam in this course, I think it's important for us to quickly discuss some exam tips and tricks. This will help you better study for the exam as you go through this course, and it's going to help you focus your efforts to get the most out of this material. The most important thing to remember when taking the exam is that there will not be any trick questions come exam day. Every question is precisely worded to match the material that you're going to be studying. If you need to, take the time to read each question multiple times to better understand exactly what the question is asking you, and that way you're making sure you're answering the question that's actually being asked. As you read the questions and answers, always be on the lookout for distractors or red herrings. Generally, there's at least one of the 4 listed possible answer choices that are written to try and distract you from the correct answer. If you can identify which one that is and eliminate it as a possibility, you just exponentially increase your chances of guessing the correct answer. Another thing to remember is that if you see a word in the question with bold, italics, or in all uppercase, you should pay especially close attention to that word because the test writers decided that those keywords were very important for you to consider. Also, remember that you must answer the questions based on your CompTIA Linux Plus knowledge and studies from this course and the official CompTIA Linux Plus student textbook, not from your personal workplace experience. Your workplace may use a different troubleshooting methodology or a different term for a specific type of configuration or operation or things like that. You should always select the book answer when you're answering a question on the certification exam because that's what the test writers are using when they create the exam questions. On exam day, you should always select the best answer to any question. Each question may have several right answers, but one is always the most right answer because it's true most often and in the most cases. In cybersecurity and IT, there is no 100% correct answers every single time in the real world. Everything is situational. Now, for the exam, you need to be able to select the answer that would be used most of the time in the most situations. When in doubt, choose the answer that is correct for the highest number of situations, and you'll probably get it right. Now, also, I want you to remember not to fight the exam or the test questions. Instead, try to understand what is the key concept that they're asking you about when you're answering a test question. This will help you increase your score, I guarantee it, because when you fight the exam, the only one who loses is you. Also, make sure that you realize you don't have to memorize the terms from this course or the textbook word for word. Instead, you have to be able to recognize them from the answer choices given in the questions. Remember, there are no fill-in-the-blanks on this exam. It's all multiple choice or multiple selection. When you're asked about a tool, you're not going to be expected to memorize the exact syntax for a particular tool or command line utility. Instead, in most of the cases, you're going to need to know why you would use a particular tool or in which situation that particular tool might be useful. During our time together in this course, we're going to cover a lot of different command line utilities and their syntax, and you're going to see us use them in our demonstrations throughout the course too. For the most part though, you're not going to have to memorize the exact syntax to type out from memory. Instead, you should be able to select the right answer from a multiple choice selection based on what you learned in this course to ensure that you're ready to succeed come test day. Remember, during certification exams, you're going to be choosing an answer from a multiple choice style question and not a fill-in-the-blank or essay style question. This is an essential difference in certification testing and the test you may have taken back in high school or college. In the certification world, your goal is to be able to recognize and not regurgitate the information. If you remember these exam tips, it's going to help you score higher on the exam and lead to a lot less frustration for you as you're preparing for the exam too.